Today we got 7 tips on how you could strengthen your abs more. Okay, that's enough introduction. Let's just get right to it. Number 1 is work obsessively on the mind-muscle connection between your ability to basically turn on your abs, because your ability to strengthen any muscle, especially your abs, doesn't depend on a workout, doesn't depend on an exercise or tools or anything. It's all about how well your brain puts tension in your abs. And the more tension you can get in your abs, the stronger they get. But unfortunately, because we're sitting around so much, even very high level athletes oftentimes have poor mind-muscle connection. So what I always recommend is practice tensing up your abdominals as much as you can all the time. It doesn't have to be like flexing super hard. Just turn them on, let them relax. Turn them on, let them relax. You're standing there waiting for the bus. Turn them on, let them relax. It's not about even moving at all. But by improving that neurological highway, you'll be so much better at using your abs, and the quality of every abdominal exercise you ever do will skyrocket. Number 2, focus on intensity. Forget doing like, I can hold a plank for 5 minutes. Like, why? Why do something so easy that you can do it for 5 minutes? You wouldn't grab a barbell and say, I can do 100 repetitions with an empty barbell and claim that's anything that's gonna make you stronger. You want intensity, so use advanced exercises that are really hard that you can only do for a short period of time. My favorite is doing stretch outs or rollouts with like gymnastics rings or suspension trainers. This is a movement that you can hold, and the further you extend yourself out, the harder it is. So a lot of times you can make this hard enough that you can only hold for 5-10 seconds at a time. So go with intensity at least once or twice a week, because again, intensity, more tension, more strength. Number 3, don't neglect your back tension. Your lats kind of feed tension towards your abs and vice versa. And a lot of times we have trouble getting enough tension into our abs because we're not using our back enough. So things like stretch outs, hanging leg raises, even if you're doing sit-ups, lightly keep your lats and your upper back tense so that you can get tension flowing from your back to your abs and back and forth, because muscle isolation isn't nearly as effective for strengthening things as muscle inclusion. Work your abs with other muscles in your body and they'll get a lot stronger as well. Number 4, don't worry too much about this upper abs, lower abs, middle abs, that sort of thing. Focus trying to turn on the whole damn thing, the entire abdominal wall. If you feel it in one area, like your upper abs or whatever, focus on putting tension in the lower abs, or if you feel in the lower abs, upper abs, or whatever. Work towards getting tension to flow through the entire abdominal, the rectus abdominis, as much as you can, and you'll get much stronger as a result. Also, a better way to do that, people are like, how do I get more into the lower abs? The better way to do this is to get more tension through your entire anterior chain. So your abdominals and your hip flexors and your quads and your shins. So like if you're holding, for example, a plank, you put tension along every muscle that's facing the floor. So your shin muscles, your quads, your hip flexors, your abdominals, your chest, everything on the front side, because again, your abs like to work with everything, not so much in isolation. Let's see, number 6, involve your abs in many other exercises. So basically treat every exercise as an abdominal exercise to some degree. Squats, push-ups, pull-ups, every movement that you do, just kind of mentally check in and be like, okay, make sure my abs are at least a little bit engaged and involved in the movement. That way you're working your abs with everything, not just, all right, using my abs with leg raises and then I just let them not do much for the rest of the workout. And then finally, slow down. A lot of abdominal exercises tend to lend themselves towards a lot of momentum and a lot of fast movement, which isn't bad. However, when you're slowing down, we're practicing greater amounts of control in the exercise. And greater control requires greater tension, and greater tension leads to greater strength. So there you go, 7 tips to help with abdominal training. The next video is tips for stronger arms. Questions below. Be fit, live free.